Hey guys, this is Tommy from the Ravens Creek study, and we are looking at the pre-tribulation rapture. Right now we're in the midst of the arguments for the pre-tribulation rapture. This is actually going to be the last one that I'm dealing with. I've already addressed a lot of them, so this is just kind of the loose ends that I haven't yet addressed. This one is about the 24 elders of Revelation chapter 4 and 5. The pre-tribulationists would say that these are the church, the 24 elders. This is the church who are now in heaven. Because they're now in heaven, they must have been raptured out. Now, when you read Revelation 5:10, the King James and the New King James say that the elders are singing about themselves who are the redeemed. Now, when you read the Greek manuscripts, it is the third person plural. Them, they shall reign. So there's pretty much absolutely no reason for translating it that they're singing about themselves. That is entirely only of the Textus Receptus, which was, by the way, a Greek translation that was made after the English translation of the King James Version. That came afterwards. Unless you want to assert that the King James is the only version of the Bible that's ever gotten it right, the Textus Receptus is the only version that for 1,500 years all of the Greek manuscripts were wrong. Unless that's what you want to say. Even the Latin Vulgate is wrong for 1,500 years. It's not until the King James... this is the only argument you have. But let's keep on going with this thought. Just because you go back to 1 Chronicles 24 to claim that they are like the 24 priestly families, which I agree with, it does not then prove that they have to be the church. It could equally be that the 24 priestly families were patterned by God after these 24 elders, the only connection being an earthly representation and not an exact duplicate, which is what I believe. This would also be why we have the Ark of the Covenant representing the throne, the temple representing God's throne room, the 4 Levites carrying the throne representing the 4 living creatures, the sea in Solomon's temple representing the sea of glass, etc. I've already gone through this earlier in the series. Representations don't mean that they are one and the same. In Revelation 5, 8, and 9, we find that it is actually the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders singing together. They're singing the new song together. Are the 4 living creatures also a part of the church? I mean, from their description in Revelation 4, they are seen in Ezekiel 1, 5, and 6, called cherubim by Ezekiel later in chapter 10, and called seraphim by Isaiah in chapter 6. Isaiah 6, they're called seraphim. If the 4 living creatures are angels, then they are not redeemable beings. They're not part of the church. Therefore, they can't be singing this, quote, new song about themselves. So, I mean, no matter how you look at it, there's no way. And so that concludes our arguments for the pre-tribulation rapture, or at least the extra arguments here. Next time, we're going to be looking at arguments against the pre-trib rapture. Definitely want to stay tuned for that. Are there any arguments against it, why we should reject it? These are my arguments. Some of them I've borrowed, but most of them are my own. Thanks for listening. Until next time, I hope to see you again. Comment below. Let me know if you're listening. And grace and peace to you in Christ.